I was cast upon thee from the womb. Thou art my God from my mother's belly. Be not far from me, for trouble is near, for there is none to help. Many bulls have compassed me. Strong bulls of Bashan have beset me round. Psalm 22, 10 through 12. When reading this scripture, it is important that you know and understand the interpretation of what is being said when King David mentions being compassed by the bulls of Bashan. We are being told that adversaries crowd around him like that of bulls to charge at him with their horns. In Ezekiel 39:18 and Amos 4:1, the wicked, violent, and potent enemies of Israel are called bulls. These bulls represent enemies that are so fat, proud, and cruel that they are more like beasts than men. Adding to this concept of the bull being an enemy, the name Bashan is a reference to the king of Bashan, King Og, whose name means long-necked. The Amorite king of Bashan, King Og, was one of the last representatives of the giants, or Rephaim. Deuteronomy 3:11 declares, "For only Og, king of Bashan, remained of the remnant of the giants. Behold, his bedstead was a bedstead of iron. Is it not in Rabbath of the children of Ammon? 9 cubits was the length thereof, and 4 cubits the breadth of it, after the cubit of a man. 1 cubit is 1.5 feet, which means his bed was 13.5 feet long and 6 feet wide." Therefore, this connects the misanthropic, maleficent bulls of Bashan with the Nephilim giants, or fallen angels. Now that we have established this fact, I want to show you something. On February 8th, 2023, a Ring doorbell camera caught a couple being run over by a truck in Glendale, Arizona.
Downright disturbing moments caught on camera. A couple gets run over by this driver right here in a Glendale neighborhood. We're not showing you that full video. It is absolutely too gruesome, stopping it there. But tonight, we do know that that driver is in jail. The couple's still in the hospital. ABC 15's Christine Stanwood has more.
To be in your own neighborhood and see something like that to innocent people is just unreal.
Linda Gorley has lived in this home for 50 years. What happened Monday morning down her street strikes a nerve.
To know that somebody was on the street, and I felt like he was almost stalking them. He was so slow. It wasn't normal.
A Ring doorbell video capturing this dark gray GMC truck following a couple just after 7:30.
You can just take a glimpse of him, but you could see that they were walking, and he's still following them to the corner.
Seconds later, in separate footage, the couple is seen walking down the sidewalk when suddenly the driver of the truck, 49-year-old Refugio Torres, speeds up and barrels into the woman. The impact sending her shoe airborne. Torres then drives off.
It was bad enough to see him hit the first go-round, but to know that he turned around and came back, it was like, what in the world is going on?
The man tries to run away, then the truck slams into him through a home's brick wall. You can see his leg in the rubble. Neighbors are seen calling 911, coming to help the two. Meanwhile, Phoenix police finding Torres at a home down the street. Court documents say Torres told police he was having issues with his brain, and the devil told him to kill 3 people.
At first glance, this news report may look to some like just another tragic event. However, if we take a closer look, it becomes obvious that this was another satanic ritual meant to exalt the devil and his antichrist. This event occurred in Glendale, Arizona, a city in Maricopa County, which is approximately 9 miles from Phoenix. We know that the number 9 represents Satan, according to Anton LaVey, founder of the Church of Satan. The name Phoenix represents the phoenix bird, which rises from its own ashes. This event took place on February 8th, or 2/8, and Strong's Concordance lists G28 as Agar, which means flight, thus pointing to the phoenix bird taking flight. This is ultimately meant to represent Lucifer rising, as found in Ezekiel 28:17 and 18, and Isaiah 14:12 through 14. Further, the name Phoenix actually means purple, which is symbolic of fire and possibly comes from the primary sense of Phoenicia as the purple land or land of the sunrise. Remember, Obama connected himself to the color purple by singing Purple Rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Not only that, but we know that Obama's logo is the rising sun.
This means a sun rising over the horizon, the dawning of a new day in American politics.
And recently, we connected Obama to the Phoenix Rising through his visit to Phoenix and the rumor about him trying to purchase the Phoenix Suns.
Now, aside from politics, the former president also spoke about the Phoenix Suns. If you remember hearing in the last week or so, there are rumors that the former president, was interested in potentially being part of an ownership group to go in and buy the Suns,
as well as his visit to Atlanta, which uses the Phoenix bird as its logo. The name Maricopa means enemies in the big mountains. This story was broadcast by ABC 15. Channel 15 is a television station in Phoenix that is affiliated with ABC. It is owned by the EW Scripps Company alongside the CW affiliate Channel 61. Both stations share studios on 44th Street on the city's east side, while Channel 15's transmitter is located atop South Mountain. Thus, enemies in the big mountains. The fact that its studio is located on 44th Street connects this station with number 44, Obama. Now, let's break down the story itself. The incident happened at 47th Avenue and Bell Road, and it was captured by Linda Gorley's Ring doorbell video. The name Bell is a reference to Baal, who is the horned bull god, also known as Molech. We saw the worship of this horned bull god during the Commonwealth Games. We know that this horned bull god points to the Chicago Bull, Barack Obama. The incident happened on 47th Avenue. Strong's Concordance lists H47, Abir, as mighty, valiant, men, angels, enemies, princes, sacrificial objects. The obstinate, stubbornly refusing to change one's opinion or chosen course of action. A bull, a mighty one, the bulls of Bashan, and an obstinate, stubborn man of perverse mind. In the news report, we were told that the driver of the truck said something was wrong with his brain, and the devil told him to kill.
Court documents say Torres told police he was having issues with his brain. The devil told him to kill 3 people.
This connects him with a man of perverse mind. The driver of the truck is 49 years old, and his name is Refugio Torres. The number 49 gives us 4 plus 9, which equals 13, the number of rebellion. His name, Refugio Torres, has two very different meanings. The first meaning of refugio is to run away, flee, escape, to avoid and shun a thing. And the first meaning for Torres, from toro in Spanish, means bull, and a torero is a bullfighter. Therefore, the first meaning of his name is to run away from the bull, to flee, escape, avoid, and shun the bull. The second meaning of his name is as follows. Refugio can also mean a refuge, shelter, and a place of safety. The second meaning for Taurus is also tower. This points to Psalm 61:3, which declares, "For thou hast been a shelter for me, and a strong tower from the enemy." Linda Gorley is the name of the woman whose Ring camera captured this incident. Linda means beautiful. Gorley is gore plus Lee. The word gore means blood that has been shed, especially as a result of violence. It also means to pierce or stab with a horn. The suffix Lee means having the qualities of something. Therefore, the name Linda Gorley actually means the beautiful one that has the qualities of one who sheds blood as a result of violence, especially by piercing or stabbing with the horn. Clearly, this is meant to point to the horned bull god Baal, Molech, or Lucifer, who is known for his beauty, and the bulls of Bashan, who are the enemies of God. Recently, we saw the satanic ritual with Damar Hamlin play out. This incident also included a reference to Mithra and the slaying of the bull, so we can be sure that the world is being directed towards the bull as a symbol of the horned god, Satan. This event was captured on Linda Gorley's Ring camera, and since her name is a reference to being gored by a bull, this was meant to point to a bull ring, which is an arena where bullfighting is performed. Even the truck he was driving, a GMC, which was lifted and had huge tires, made it look like a bull. This happened in Glendale, Arizona, which is where Super Bowl 57 is being held. Strong's lists G57 as agnostos, which means unknown or forgotten. It comes from the root word nostos, which means to know and have knowledge of the Alpha and Omega. This is where we get the word agnostic from, which means those who don't know God. Thus, this points to those who do not know, have knowledge of, and are not intimately known by God. Matthew 7:21 through 23 declares, "Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works? And then I will profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity." Let me stop right here for a moment, because I want to make sure that you don't miss the significance of what the Most High God is showing us through this event. This satanic ritual about bulls is really about the similitude shared between both fallen angels and fallen mankind. The fallen angels are bulls as they are obstinate enemies of God and man who stubbornly refuse to change their opinions and chosen course of action in their rebellion against God. They display homogeneity in behavior to that of obstinate, bull-headed, and stubborn men who refuse to believe in God and the power of Messiah unto salvation, and therefore refuse to change their opinions and course of actions in their rebellion against God as well. This is confirmed by the neighbor Linda Gorley. We were told that she lived on 51st Avenue and Bell Road for 50 years. Strong's Concordance lists G51 as agnoema, which means a sin committed through ignorance or thoughtlessness. Strong's Concordance also lists G50 as agnoel, which means to be ignorant, not to know, not to understand, to err or sin through mistake, to be wrong. It also means lacking the intellectual faculty of understanding, the capacity for spiritual truth, the higher powers of the soul, the faculty of perceiving divine things, of recognizing goodness, and of hating evil, to be without knowing or being known of God. Once again, this points us back to those who are bull-headed and ignorant, without knowledge of God, and who are not known of God. Now check this out. The numbers shown on the screen from the ring camera is 23, 8, 18, and 10, and the time of this broadcast is 5:12. Strong's G512 is anopheles, which means unprofitable and useless. In Matthew 25, 14 through 30, we find the parable of the talents, where the unprofitable servant is cast into outer darkness, where there is weeping and gnashing of teeth. Strong's Concordance also lists G23 as agnokteo, which means to be indignant, malcontent, and rebellious. Strong's lists H8 as Obed, which means destruction, one who is wretched, who shall perish and be destroyed, those who are lost and will be destroyed with divine judgment. And Strong's H18 is Abel's, which means crib, manger, feeding trough, a place where cattle are fattened, a stable or stall to feed and fatten cattle. In the scriptures, cattle are fattened before they are slaughtered and used in sacrifice. Luke 15:23 declares, "And bring hither the fatted calf, and kill it, and let us eat, and be merry." Strong's H10 is abido, which means a lost thing, something that is perishing, destruction. It is the name of the place of destruction, hell, or the abyss. It is also the angel, king of the bottomless pit, and a reference to those that are lost and perishing. Thus, we're being told that the unprofitable and useless servants shall be cast into outer darkness. The indignant, angry, and rebellious shall perish and be destroyed in the place of destruction as a result of divine judgment. Those who are now feeding at the trough, the fattened cattle, the bulls, shall be slaughtered and sacrificed, and they shall be destroyed in the place of destruction, hell, or of the abyss, along with the king of the bottomless pit, because they are all lost and perishing. This is the truth of the matter. Therefore, if you have not given your life to the Most High by accepting the blood sacrifice of the Paschal Lamb, Yahushua HaMashiach, which was shed on the cross as a propitiation for the redemption of sins, the time to do so is now. Amen. Shalom.